what was your number one takeaway from LeBron's debut?
I honestly just thought it was amazing. Like, it was kind of, these are my favorite kind of LeBron stories because I don't love every conversation being a referendum on the GOAT debate.
Right.
And I really don't like every conversation being a referendum on like, well, can this team win a title? Because I think it just totally takes away from the present tense.
Yep.
Right? And I love watching sports. I love watching games. And like, you can't win a title in November. So this was just, you could watch something that you had never seen before because it had literally never happened before. And I was thinking about the old saying, like, Father Time's undefeated. Father Time's got a loss. Like, whenever he retires, he will still be able to do it. You know, like, it was just, he just came back and he kept his double-digit streak going. And then he was a facilitator. And sure, it was against the Jazz, but it was just like, oh, yeah, LeBron is, in year 23, older than me. I got pointed out as having gray hairs yesterday. Like, still an awesome basketball player. And those are my favorite LeBron things. Like, LeBron has played with or against 36% of the players in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, that's always cool.
Like, I love that, right? Like, LeBron has a 40-point game against every franchise. Like, it's just like cool things that you would have never even thought were possible.
Last night passed Reggie Miller for career three-pointers.
Right, like things that when you, it's like, wait, he has more points than anyone, more steals than Pippen, more threes than Reggie, and you could just like keep doing it. Like he was the first 30,000 point, 10,000 assist, 10,000 rebound guy in 2022. Like, you know, like, there's just so many things that break your basketball brain with it that it was just another one. And it was cool to watch. Because it's an 11-point, 12-assist game. Like, I don't think I'm going to remember that for LeBron in 10 years. But it was just like, we still get to watch it.
Well, think about, along the lines of what you're saying, how remarkable it is. Think about the guys he came in with.
I was thinking about that too.
And Melo is like the youngest when you think of Wade, Bosh. I think Kirk Heinrich might have been in that class.
Oh, yeah,
like, these are guys that have been retired for years.
Melo was just enshrined into the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
Wade was enshrined in the Hall of Fame 3 years ago.
No, it's unbelievable. The thing that stuck out to me the most was just the joy he played with. Like, I have not seen LeBron like that on the court. I've seen him at practice like that. I've seen him in the locker room like that and stuff. But the joy, I mean, it was like, to your point, Danny, he wasn't feeling anymore that burden of, I got to be the GOAT or I got to win the championship. Or obviously he still wants those things and stuff. But it seems like there's been a release, or he was just so happy to be on the court. And I said earlier, it reminded me of like the joy that Magic Johnson played with. And LeBron actually played a lot like Magic last night with the passes. I mean, the 12 assists in 30 minutes, 6 assists in like a 3.5-second stretch. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because that could really be important for the Lakers this year.
Yes.
Like, the way he played, you could see it was contagious. At points, they were almost overpassing. And they're a team that, you know, Luka has the ball in his hands a lot, and Austin does too at times, Austin Reeves, but they were passing the ball. The ball was moving, and it generally doesn't do that with them. If LeBron were to say this year, I'm going to defer to Luka and even Austin to some degree in terms of scoring, and maybe he's the third leading scorer, averages 18, 20 points, whatever, but a lot of assists, a lot of rebounds, I think that would actually really be great for their chemistry because the players would know he can still do it. It's not like he can't go out there and what it looks like at least average 24 points a game. But he is doing this because he thinks it's the best way for us to win. He's stepped aside so Luka can shine and Austin to a degree. And so I think that would actually be good for their chemistry and maybe make them the best version of themselves, whatever that could end up being.
Do you want to go, Kato?
No, I said earlier that I wanted to spend the year appreciating LeBron, and that we've, you know, I thought maybe a few years ago when I was being scolded into appreciating LeBron, I didn't appreciate it. But now I've kind of gotten to a different place. I'm like, oh, I am going to appreciate and try to get my kids to see LeBron. You need to see it. At the same time, though, but the criticism of LeBron is so over the top. I'm trying to find a nice level. The criticism is a compliment of like, hey, you need to win. That is a compliment because Vince Carter was brought up. Man, we never talked about Vince Carter.
Well, no,
it was literally like, hey, go see Vince Carter I think it was on the Hawks at the time. Hey, but there was never any like, you can take the Hawks deep into the playoffs. No. So it sounds weird, but I don't want to have just it sounds strange.
You don't
so maybe
want to
you can
take
clean
the
it up.
competition out of it?
Yeah, I still want it to be,
drive to win.
And we saw a little bit of it with like Kershaw this year. It's like, but you know what? Big moment. You can rely on this guy. But it wasn't all
this is
like
where
congratulatory.
This is, and I'm not gonna. This is not a GOAT conversation. This is. But
listen, I know I can't stop you.
No,
from
no,
talking
no.
LeBron
I
GOAT.
actually don't. And I don't even want to. This is just I think an objectively true point to what you're saying. This is where he is a victim of the fact that he'll never be bad.
Yeah.
And because he will never appear to be such a greatly diminished version of himself that criticism will feel outrageous.
Yeah, like you're not critiquing.
So
like Michael needs to get to the corner on that.
Right,
like,
and so this is like, again, it's different eras, it's different lives, it's all of it. No, Jordan was so clearly a different player in Washington that whenever anybody, usually tongue-in-cheek, brings up those Washington seasons, people reflexively and correctly be like, that's ridiculous. That wasn't Michael Jordan.
Not even
you know what I mean? That wasn't Michael Jordan. And the fact that LeBron he turns 41 in December. Last night was, to your point, the first game anyone's ever played in year 23 in the nearly 80-year history of this league. You still watch him, and you're like, well, yeah, I mean, he could on any given night, like, look like LeBron from a decade ago.
Yes.
And LeBron, by the way, a decade ago, people thought was like, okay, he's past his prime. Right. And so there is going to be that element of we can appreciate it in the real time, but they have a 3-game losing streak when they're fighting for playoff position. People fairly will, and I think, and he did sign up for that.
Want that.
He wants to be held.
Yeah, you don't want people to
patronize you
or patronize you.
And so, but my other major takeaway was, because I know he only played 30 minutes, but 30 minutes is a normal, a fine amount. Yeah. That's the fewest shots he's ever taken in a game he was not injured in. So the game, Dikembe Mutombo once elbowed him, this is from Dave McMillan, elbowed him in the face and he missed the second half, and the Solomon Hill game are the only 2 games in his career where he took fewer than 7 shots. He was out there a lot. I think the fact that, and it's a separate debate, the 65-game threshold, whether it's going to be effective, whether we like it, whatever it is. But because he missed the first 14, nobody expects him to play 65 of their final 68. He's not going to be eligible for MVP consideration, All-NBA consideration. I'm not saying he necessarily would even play to that level. But the fact that he will know, I can't get any of that, I think will make him either consciously or subconsciously way more okay with the numbers don't really matter. Like he's going to be an all-star no matter what. Right. He's going to have the most successful. He already has had the most successful year 23 in the history of pro basketball. If he never plays another game, and he already has all the counting stat records. So Bruce's point earlier that for the Lakers this year, if they could have, say he could do it, 27 point per game LeBron, would that be better than 18, 7, and 9 assists a game LeBron? I think he is probably more, assuming he could do both, would be more accepting of that other role because the numbers, the accolades don't matter this year.
And whatever they need that he can do, he'll do because he's a basketball genius. So, he'll figure that out. But just also in just the appreciation piece of it, on the podcast that he did this week with him and Steph Curry that got aggregated for a lot of different reasons, they talked about the 2028 Olympics. And LeBron was like, well, no, I'm not going to play. I'll be watching in Cabo. But the guy last night, I was like, I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like I saw LeBron play in high school. And we're talking, like, it feels like if he wanted to.
He could play for,
Till he's 45?
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is just,
He
it
could
breaks
probably
your
play
brain.
for sure.
Yeah.
It just breaks your brain. And I don't think he's going to.
Short games in the Olympics.
That's what I'm saying.
The U.S. might need
I
Steph,
was gonna
LeBron,
say
and Durant.
we need something right now.
Lakers
concerned.
at the Jazz for the next game. Well, good news. If statistics surfed and played electric guitar, this would be the segment they would love. These stats are cool. Patrick Mahomes preparing for the Colts, who have the best offense in the league. But what's up with the Chiefs' offense? Let's find out on the coolest segment with stats, Pack Stats.
Do you think I need to execute a trade? Like, was Wilds all in on the sell there of it being
you
cool?
know what?
If
I
it
don't-
was
cool.
Here's the
I
thing,
just wasn't
Parco,
sure.
and don't take this the wrong way. I don't think you have anything he wants.
Yeah. Stat number one. That hurt a little bit.
I had the Trumpeteers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's true.
You have Chicago Bears
All right.
trauma.
Well, an answer for this one, Mr. Kansas City Chiefs. The deep ball for Patrick Mahomes, once a strength, has become a legitimate problem.
I buy this.
Patrick Mahomes has the second most deep ball attempts in the NFL at 44. Yet he has the second fewest touchdowns on deep ball attempts if you've thrown at least 20 of them. 1 touchdown on 44 attempts. There's a passer rating stat coming later, but the passer rating is also not good for Mahomes on the deep ball. And if you just want to see the company that he keeps here in terms of quantity of deep balls with that little production,
I don't like that.
it's J.J. McCarthy and Cam Ward. And he's got the receivers, and he's got the offensive line. So because I don't have anything to offer Wilds, I will bite a
That's
style here
interesting.
and say, hey, what's going on?
So listen, I think so. My answer is multi-layered. I think some of it is bad luck in this regard. He had I forget which game, the bomb to Hollywood Brown that was caught. That Hollywood Brown then got tackled at the 2. So that's in this last game, the 60-yarder to Tyquan Thornton, where he's then tackled at the 8. So there's some of it is circumstantial.
Passer rating of 71 on deep balls.
Right, which would be obviously greatly helped if those were touchdowns, not just long completions.
No doubt.
But what he also has is what you saw there, which is some misses. Like I think the one touchdown on deep balls was Tyquan Thornton in the Giants game, which came right after. It might not have been the Giants game. It might have been the Eagles game. I don't know. It came right after he had missed him. Remember, Brew? Yep. It was the Eagles game. He missed a guy wide open.
And then
Brady killed him for it fairly,
Yep.
and then he hit it the very next one. He has missed some of these, or more than usual. He missed the open of that game. Xavier Worthy has the corner cooked, and Pat just didn't put enough underneath it. And so I think it is not to me something that I think he, is not going to get back to, but it certainly has not been good this year.
Bro, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
No analysis whatsoever, just gut. When he rears back on those, I used to be nervous, and now I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Wow.
No,
Do you feel that? Am I the only?
You saw the numbers. Look, and he's obviously been able to throw the deep ball very well throughout his career. There were some of those Tyreek Hill those bombs were Hill finding space, almost like Kelsey, but 50 yards down the field. They were off schedule.
Well,
Mahomes is scrambling. They weren't. Some were, but a lot of them weren't just dropping back and heaving it, and you hit him in stride. And so. There's no question he's missing guys deep by a yard here or there, but it's enough to.
It was just such a thing before the year. It was such a huge story.
Well,
we're going to throw the ball deep.
And they
get
are.
Back to it.
To your point,
right,
they are.
second
They've
most
done it the
attempts.
second most. They're just not.
That was cool. That was a cool
All right.
stat.
1 for 1. I got more in my briefcase.
Excellent.
Sweet. Good. All right. I think Brew, because he's the Eagles guy, will like this one.
Oh, wow.
The Eagles, we should talk more about their defense. They got a habit of shutting down elite quarterbacks. Those guys in the picture, Baker, Goff, Stafford, Mahomes, Dak, and J-Lo, combined have a passer rating of 74.1.
Who had the best?
Against the Eagles. Baker.
Oh, wow.
Baker. No,
Nice for a cute little player.
No, he's a talented football player. He's a talented player in a loss. But the Eagles defense has taken those 6 quarterbacks and given them that passer rating. As a side note, Cam Ward's passer rating this year, 73.8.
Oh.
So the Eagles have basically turned those 6 top flight guys who at some point this year, I think all of them have, maybe not Goff, have been on Bruce's ballot. The guys we talk about in the MVP context basically have turned them into Cam Ward.
That's phenomenal. And remember, a lot of that was those games were before they got Jalen Phillips. So their defense has been spectacular. And I think about the offense, and they're not going to do it every game, but they can do just enough. Like, they had to score 10 against Green Bay. They scored 10. They had to score 33 against, or 30, against the Rams. They did it. So I feel like that offense has shown us enough that they can rise to the occasion most of the time. And the defense is just getting better and better. So it's scary.
Well, speaking of trades,
Okay.
you should start just considering. And you might be able to get a bidding war. This could be a seller's
He
market.
doesn't want the Eagles either.
He might. His pick
Who's
was
your NFC team?
The Lions.
The Lions, who he doesn't believe in. All of his Lions belief is based on how good they used to be. Like, look at their numbers last year. They should have been in the Super Bowl.
They should have.
You have the Packers.
I've not fully given up on the Packers.
KW, I'm just telling you. These two guys seem to be a little more bullish about the Eagles than you. You might be able to
I
work
have
out something good.
Flinching faith in Jalen Hurts. My galaxy brain take is the pass rush has been great. Quinyon Mitchell, his numbers are insane. There's an element of there's a conservative nature to the offense now because the defense is so good. I wouldn't mind, because I'm not a true Eagles guy. I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. I wouldn't mind if Dak got open a little bit. CD catches one. And then we can force Jalen force Kevin Patula to open it up a little bit.
That's the other part of it. Fun test for this.
Yeah.
Dak, how he looked this past week at home in a must-win spot for Dallas against Philly's defense. Pretty good.
Wild, you couldn't care less about the Eagles.
Jalen Hurts guy. But I'm a Jalen guy.
Who does he play for?
He plays for the Eagles.
You're
if
a
Jalen
QB
Hurts got
wins guy.
traded to
Guys,
the Broncos,
Bruce,
I would
excuse me.
become a Broncos
Guys,
guy.
the lights
I don't
are
have
out.
much here, but the lights are down.
Sorry, it's a
I
cool
brought
segment.
a stat.
Yeah.
This stat is so cool.
What is
This
it?
was redacted in the rundown.
Redacted.
Oh my gosh.
Because I had a Chiefs one for Nick and an Eagles one for you, but Wilds, the redacted stat, is for you.
About my
And the
Eagles.
number is 739. As in days since Drake May's last 300-yard game. I watched this game. I was like, man, Drake May or Caleb Williams, top quarterback in the draft. It's a real debate for that class 2 years ago. It was incredible against Duke. But I just remember everything you said about Aaron Rodgers and everything you're trying to sell me on Drake May, who I do love, by the way. He's awesome. But, 739 days. Duke needs one.
There's a real ceiling on it.
Needs one against the Bengals defense, which is one of the 2 or 3 worst in the league.
It is an interesting stat.
Thank you.
And I don't know if I would am in love with this stat, because I would prefer an occasional game that pops. But when you watch Drake May, he doesn't do a lot of spectacular stuff. He plays an excellent game, but we're not airing it out all the time. It isn't. I don't quite have the analogy for it.
Can I tell you what's happening here?
Go ahead.
Because I know how closely you watch Drake May in the past. But I disagree with the analysis. I think he does do spectacular stuff. His deep ball numbers have
The deep ball
had
is
been
fantastic.
phenomenal.
Booty.
I think this is probably subconsciously, you are trying to get yourself to the take of Drake May is playing the opposite style that everyone loves when Josh Allen plays. All this spectacular stuff, but the mistakes. And meanwhile, we are going to play a winning, smart, it can't go broke taking a profit style.
Yeah, we're not looking for empty yardage either.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh wow.
Empty yardage. I mean,
Well, I don't know. We're in first place. I'm feeling pretty good. Like, whoa, guess what you do? I ran 50 miles this week. You don't need to do that.
You'd like to see him have one against Cincinnati, though, right? You'd like it to happen in the NFL at some point?
I wouldn't mind it.
Okay.
But when I was big on the Aaron Rodgers thing, I thought it was an indicator that his arm wasn't what it used to be. Drake Maye is walking around with a howitzer cannon over this thing right here.
I think it's howitzer.
We understand.
Up on my cannon. That stat was cool. I'll be honest with you.
He might have been the valedictorian of his class.
That's an oldie.
So Patrick Mahomes met the media today to talk 5-5 Chiefs and 8-2 Colts, just like we all had it before the year. Lots of concern around the Chiefs after their loss to the Broncos last week, but Mahomes, and I was able to confirm this by checking with the calendar, the season is not in fact over. All right, Greg, Mr. Colt, you buying that Mahomes can and will bounce back on Sunday?
I don't believe that they will bounce all the way back, but does he have it in him to do it? Yeah. That's when you are a Super Bowl champion, when you have the makeup that he has, this is a scary place for you to be in, but this is what you thrive off of. When your back's against the wall, when you are the ultimate competitor and you want to bet on self, which he always has done, you're 5-5. You really have no room for error. Bet on self. And there's no other quarterback in this league that probably is more confident than Patrick Mahomes.
I would hope so.
I mean,
I would hope so.
It is what it is. And they might have better talent around them. It does not matter. He's been in the most challenging situations, questioned about whether or not that he can be enough for the offense. I don't personally believe that it's going to happen for them as it pertains to getting into the postseason.
You think they're missing the playoffs?
I do believe now that they're missing. Willie was in on this early in this season.
I can't go back.
Then-
I can't jump forward and go back.
I just don't believe it's gonna
Yeah, we're not
be
windsurfing.
Yeah,
you can't just go
do
wherever
that.
the wind blows. So you're in on the playoffs. I'm in on the playoffs. You have the Chiefs missing the playoffs.
I have them missing.
Yeah,
Worth the
listen,
process.
I think one playing in Arrowhead would be a big reset for this team. They need it. I agree with Greg. They don't have a talent issue. This is a championship makeup, pedigree. Patrick Mahomes is arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. But when you pop on the tape Sunday, their issue is red zone production. They are simply not getting it done. I got a graphic for you. You know I love my graphics. Let's see if we can pop it up right here. This is what they look like against the Broncos, right? 4 drives, 3 penalties. Every time they got in red zone, they had a penalty on first and second down, whether it was Juju's hold or it was Juan Jennings, Taylor. I mean, it was issues all over the place. And you're talking about 21 points that potentially could have had if they would have executed in the red zone. They only came away with 6. So you're talking about, yeah, can they make it? Can they bounce back? Sure, if they clean this aspect of their game up. And because of who they are and what they've been through and what they continue to go through, we got to understand, this team was 0-2 to start the season. 0-2. And I sat here and said, end of a dynasty, they put a whooping to the Lions. I'm saying, okay, let me choke on my words. I still believe they can get into the playoffs, and I still believe they're a dangerous enough team where they can rally and get back in this thing.
Right, obviously he can, right? No one is saying Mahomes can't play great football anymore. Right. When I was questioning the Chiefs' offense early in the year, and it was, Worthy was injured and Rice was suspended, I was like, man, I don't think that they can do it against Baltimore. And then they put up 37, and I know Worthy had just come back, but it was like they put up 37. And then you mentioned that Lions game.
Yeah.
So it's in there, it's just not consistent. And Nick and I argue about this all the time about the sample size and how relevant it is in football, but I do think that one of the things that's happening to the Chiefs is regression. Last year, they should not have been 15-2. They should not have been undefeated in one-score games. There were weird things that happened, blocked field goals and penalties and drops, and it was just everything was going their way. And this year, I don't really think they should be 0-5 in one-score games. So I think that it's somewhere in the middle, and this isn't the most logically sound analysis, but I think they're just kind of due to win a close one. If you just think law of averages, they even out. I will be very surprised if we come in here on Monday and the Chiefs have a losing record. But I also was very surprised that they lost coming out of the bye against Denver.
Yeah, look, this has been a team. You said it yesterday. They haven't been able to finish. Your graphic pretty much shows that in the red zone, that's when you have to finish. And it's not it's not the other guys either. It's Mahomes is a part of the problem
No
as
question.
well.
He's been bad the last
He's
2
admitted
weeks.
that too.
Yeah,
He's
no question.
acknowledged-
Absolutely.
yeah.
And so I'm not saying, yes, I'm saying they're going to miss. And I'm saying this because they've pretty much been giving you their best shot. Like we talked about once Worthy got back, oh, this offense is going to look better. Now everybody's in their rightful positions. Then it was Rashee Rice. They're going to be even better.
Josh Simmons is back.
And so it's how many more things do we need to go right for them to end up saying it's just not enough this year?
Well,
I think the other teams have caught up and gotten better, and that's just the way it goes sometimes.
I don't disagree that other teams have caught up, but one of the things that was a big, I guess, not an issue, but something that popped off the tape was the fact that they were productive in the run game. When you don't have Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt is pretty much a shell of himself, you're taking a good portion of your playbook away because that's more added pressure on Patrick Mahomes and the receiving core to deliver. If they get Pacheco back and they can get him back to be somewhat of what he was during their championship run, then I think we'll have a better feeling about this Chiefs offense.
I don't have any reason to expect that, though.
Thank you.
I do think that if they're going to win,
How am I the Chiefs?
It's going to be on the shoulders and the arm of Patrick Mahomes.
right? Like I will just be shocked if it's like, and now Pacheco after the broken leg from a year plus ago, whenever it was, like looks great. Like my guess is it's going to need to be Mahomes, and Spagnuolo and the Chiefs defense. Like if we came in and like, man, Jonathan Taylor. 80 yards on 22 carries. Great job by the Chiefs defense. Like, that's on the board. And I'll say this, and this is not like a conspiracy theory, like the league has it in for Kansas City, but it's just like, I'm going to have to see eliminated next to their name. Like,
to count them out.
And that is fair.
I'll be like, maybe they'll put 8 teams in the playoffs this year. You know, like it's going to be very hard for me to believe until I actually see Wild Card Weekend happen and the Chiefs are in Cabo. Like I'm gonna just need to see it until I actually.
But
believe
this Colts game and the Cowboys game mean everything to them right now.
Every single game remaining on the schedule.
But you can't lose to the Colts. Like this is a gotta have it. When you playing an Arrowhead, however you say it, excuse me, and the crowd is rocking and it's cold and the barbecue in the air, like there's something to you that has to deliver for your home fans. And they don't want to see the end of a dynasty, and it's looking like right now.
This easily could be a playoff rematch, by the way. Easily could be. 6-3 matchup. Tomorrow night, Bills and Texans. C.J. Stroud is out. Bills have ruled out Dalton Kincaid, Mecole Hardman, Curtis Samuel. Josh Allen, of course, is coming off his 6-touchdown performance against Tampa. He wasn't that impressed. All right. So the question is about expectations for Josh tomorrow. My expectations are that he will do enough to beat the Texans, though the Texans' defense is great and they will present a challenge. I expect the Bills to win the game. I'm curious how that hits you guys as a player. He's like, I didn't play that well. I know he had a bad interception, and I know there were a couple of turnovers.
He had 2 picks in the first half.
He had 6 touchdowns. It's like the old, if you want to break it down to that movie where it's like, it's the only argument I need for Jordan over LeBron, where he's got 6 and come on. He had 6 touchdowns. Do you think he really believes that he didn't play well?
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
He had 6 touchdowns.
Well, because this is it. Tomorrow night isn't about him putting on the cape and the fireworks. Tomorrow is about him being efficient. C.J. Stroud is not playing in this game. If it takes a Herculean effort for the Josh Allen and the Bills to beat the Texans, that's concerning, right? Because for me, the issue right now is they're not able to run the ball at an efficient rate. I got a graphic, another one for you, Greg. I know you love my graphics.
Graphic, man.
Listen, they're 11-1 when James Cook rushes for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
James Cook had last game only averaged 3 point a pop on the ground. So I'm talking to Josh Allen right now is you and Joe Brady, you got to find a way to get this man the football. When he rushes for over 100 yards this season, they're 5-0. The bottom line is Josh Allen doesn't need to be that guy like he was Sunday. If he has to be that guy Sunday, tomorrow night, that's a problem for the Bills. That's where I would be concerned.
Yeah, you want him to clean up some of the things, but to answer your question, as far as do I believe what he's saying, 100% I do, because as a player, when you watch film, you don't go in there excited to see all the good things that you did. You don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
I looked for my pancakes. I did.
You're going to see those things and you're going to feel good about them.
Yep.
But the things that last, the things that you walk away kind of scratching your head about are the dumb plays, the plays that are missed, the opportunities that you left out there. Those are the ones that eat at you. No great player that I know of ever walks, well, with the exception of probably LeBron James, walks away and just, man, that was it. That was the game. Did you see I had 6 touchdowns? No, they're going to walk away saying, man, why I shouldn't have done what I did and at the goal line. I panicked. Like, you're going to be critical of yourself and of your play, and that's what makes them different.
So I don't know that Houston's offense is enough to fully exploit it, but the thing I'd push back on what you were saying, Willie, and I agree, obviously James Cook in the running game is huge for them, but like, I don't know that there's a solve coming for Buffalo's defense this year.
Yeah.
Like, I think Buffalo is going to give up points to good teams, so therefore Josh Allen's going to need to be great to win shootouts.
Yeah, I mean, they're horrible against the run. When they didn't make a transaction during the trade deadline and they didn't get a beef eater that kind of plugged those holes for them, you knew that was going to be an issue for them for the rest of the season.
And I would imagine that seeps into Josh Allen's psyche of like, I got to do a lot to overcome this thing.
But
yes,
once
but
again,
against
he shouldn't
this
have to do that against the
this
Texans.
team.
He should not.
Yeah.
Correct.
He should not. Although Marks and Chubb and Davis Mills. Davis Mills. Could be a Davis Mills game.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.